right, good morning. It is October 30th, 2025. I'm taking a different route back home after dropping my daughter off at school. A little bit of a, there we go, different lighting for Westwood. Yeah, I just dropped her off. Of course, she forgot something, so I'll be running back to the school. Turn this down. Yeah. It's a good day, though. The sun is shining. The sun is nice. I was talking to her on the way to school. I said, do you see why people used to worship the sun? And still do, actually. Because of that warmth. You know, you can feel that warmth coming on you, and that break. You know, it's resurrecting itself from the evening, from the sleep, and you know all the myths and stories about that. But yeah, you can definitely see why people are. It gives nourishment, gives light, warmth, everything. So yeah. Dropped her off at school. There is no shortage of yoga pants and sweats. Let me tell you that. It's kind of funny in the mornings seeing people before they do their thing. Lots of yoga pants, that's for sure. Some good, some bad. Yesterday we had the rate cut, which was expected. No surprises. The Federal Reserve, which is not federal, has no reserves, is cutting, or did cut, by another 1/4 point. And so that's supposed to make, shoot, watch out, Franny. Yeah, I gotta watch it. That minivan was flying. It was off the ground. About to go back to the future. So, yeah, it's supposed to liquefy the money, allow money to be easier to lend out and all that stuff. And, it doesn't matter. We're just kind of going through the motions. The job reports aren't that great. We saw Chipotle, which is an indicator of the consumer. It was down, 15% in after hours after they reported earnings. What was it? Microsoft was down, I think, too. There's some issues in the economy. Doesn't look like people are spending as much. I saw another statistic where housing is the most unaffordable it's ever been. It takes, 4 times? What's going on here? It took, it was like a little over 4 times that, now I'm going to get this wrong, 4 times what someone makes in a year to buy a home, whatever that salary is. So if you make $100,000 a year, it takes over 4 years of that salary before taxes to buy a home. So the average home is probably, $400,000, whatever, if that's the case. I don't know, it's unaffordable, I know that. That's what it comes down to. I mean, if your wages aren't keeping up with the cost of housing, and I'm sure there's a ratio to it, and I'm sure it's been done. Oh man, the way I'm going, we've got construction over here. It looks like they might be working on a little fiber line or something. That's okay. Taking the back road, and that's why I take it. You never know what you're going to experience. Something may be calling you this way, or you might need to see something on this path, and therefore, I really believe that. If things slow you down, some people getting upset and getting in a hurry. Oh my gosh, this person's so slow, I can't get where I'm going. I'm gonna pass them. You try and pass. How many times have you passed and then it ends up, you pull into town or something at the stoplight, and then that person you passed is right behind you. So all that ground that you thought you gained, man, they have a lot of stuff there sitting out. It's a Halloween farm. This is why I need the 360 cam. The skeletons riding the mailbox, a spider coming down the pole. Holy cow, that whole yard. Look out, don't hit the utility truck. You gotta see it in the background probably. Yeah, there you go. Digging, looks like fiber. Yep, they got the big orange spool. Rather interesting. The fiber line would be out here. Wow, that's a good sign. I mean, all these rural homes getting on fiber. I'm on fiber just because the trunk line runs from the local company that provides it all the way up north and then connects into Chicago. So I'm fortunate that I was able to patch into it. So I'm in the middle of nowhere and I got fiber, baby. Fiber to the home. Awesome. I am fortunate. I was thinking about that. I'm very blessed. I'm so thankful. I mean, just everything. Wake up and I get in my car. It starts. And the heat's working. Today's a good day. I mean, it really is. I'm gonna hit some gravel, so it might be. The world needs more gravel roads, if you know what I mean. And all this pavement, all these things that give us so-called progress. Sometimes it's good just to slow it down. this is not it's more of a direct route back home, but it's a lot slower. That's okay though. I enjoy the ride. Enjoy the journey, as I always say. Holy cow. I saw something, Arthur C. Brooks, I think is his name, and I've heard it before. I didn't know anything about it. Speaking of happiness, I saw him doing an interview on CNBC, and I don't pay attention to it much. It's in the background when I'm getting ready, in the morning doing stuff. And I heard him talking. I'm like, wait a minute, what did he just say? What did he just say? It was really resonating, and I thought, okay, he's using some. He basically, the part that I tuned in on when I heard it was, he said, in society, we're trying to fix the pain. We're going to psychiatrists and psychologists and, medicating ourselves, the pain. I think Purdue and the Sackler family is undiagnosed pain or untreated pain. The problem is, and I liked what he said, he says, I'm paraphrasing, don't treat the pain. Pain is necessary. Trauma is necessary. Now, I get it, some forms of pain, but the thing is, we overtreat it. It's good for the soul. It's good for you to go through pain because that's the only way that you heal. That's the only way that you transform yourself. And I can speak firsthand to that. I know it. I know it in my own life. That's how I transform. Go through periods of trauma and pain that are necessary that I've been avoiding and putting off and channeling in different ways that are probably unhealthy. Well, they are unhealthy. Whether that be, substances, relationships, just your daily activities. You can tend to channel that pain into other things that just kind of mask it and cover it up. Look at that bird. Move! Oh my God. I nailed it. I was just sitting there on the road waiting for me to roll over it. What is wrong with you? The bird was about to feel some pain. But yeah, it's necessary, I think. There's like a fog dropping. Clouds. About to enter a Stephen King movie now. Look out. You're going to get to see it, well, not live, but you'll see it. See it live action. But yeah, that pain is sometimes necessary in what we do in order to peel away that part of you that needs to be gone. You have a wound, sometimes it heals, and then it's even better. Anyway, eat the pain, basically, is what it comes down to. It's necessary to go forward. I mean, it's important to go forward so that we have growth. And I liked what he was saying. I've never read anything by him. Like I said, I have heard the name. He mentioned Harvard Business School, I think, so he might be a professor there. Not sure, which is kind of like what he has to say. Yeah, Arthur C. Brooks. Litecoin, baby. Be the light. Embrace it. I was looking, I just look at the charts. Again, I just look at it for vibes and kind of see where we're at and compare it to other cycles and where we're at. We're really close. I think we're really close to this, what everybody calls alt season kicking off, where the alternative coins to Bitcoin is essentially what alt stands for. And it looks like everything's ready. Things have popped off already. You look at something like Zcash, and other things have started to move out of it. And this is what happens. I've seen this historically, 2017, 2021. This one, it might be a little bit more extended this cycle, but not really, because you kind of had a double top in 2021 where you had May, everything went up. Not everything. Some things went up and other things went up in the fall, November-ish. And so we're 4 years away from that. Really, so we're kind of right on schedule. But we could have a rapid, extreme alt season where everything pumps and by the end of the year it's done, like 2017. Or do we have a protracted one where we start kicking this off maybe next month, and at the end of the year we have some nice moves, and then we just kind of steadily, with corrections, but not bad, but up only, lower highs, we start moving up all the way into maybe as far as July 4th of next year. But it'll be a fun ride at that point. I just have a feeling it's going to kick off one way or the other very violently here in the next couple of months, or it'll kick off, but it could be a longer term, in the next 6 months or so after that, it'll ride all the way up and then peak, and then you'll have that energy dissipate, and then you'll go through another 4-year cycle. So yeah, we have fun riding that one out again. Many of us have done that multiple times. We enjoy the roller coaster ride. Give me another ticket, please. Yes, I like the pain. I like to eat the pain. But what that does, we were talking the other night, what that does is, I got this ring. I don't even know if I went to the thrift store the other day. Look at this. You looking at me? You looking at me? This is $5. I thought, I don't think it's any kind of precious metal or anything. No, but it's kind of cool. So, once in a while I'll swap out rings and do different things. Rings and things. Ring-a-ling, ding-a-ding. I got to get in here and get that item that my daughter forgot, bailing her out. Spending my life bailing other people out, it seems like. It's all good. It's time for Westwood to bail himself out. Attract that good energy, that stuff that I need, put that light out. Yeah, but all of the experiences are definitely worth it. Made me who I am today. That is for sure. All right, I had some other things I wanted to talk about, but my path has been deviated, and so I just roll with it. I got the lights out and run the battery down. Today's Thursday. All right, tomorrow's Friday. Look forward to Fridays. It's always nice. Happy hour live with the lovely Litecoin Lisa. The link is below. Subscribe to her channel. Hit the notification bell when we go live. What I love about that show is we've done it for years. Years. I don't even know when we started. 2019, 20, something like that. And we've been doing it almost every week. Once in a while there's something that happens, but very rarely. Probably counted on both hands. How many times that was not done on a Friday. Yeah, probably less than that. Yeah, we've done it every Friday. So, no, it's pretty cool. It allows the community to come together. I love it. We have the group chat, the live chat going. Yeah, we get to interact, and it's good. It's good. Building that community and relationships, very important. And then afterwards, I'll do a space. That's always fun. It'll be a late night because, well, that'll be a late night, but I can imagine the Saturday space, if I do a Saturday space, that could go extra hours just because of the daylight savings time or daylight losing time, whichever it is, move back an hour. So I think that happens at 2 a.m. So if the space goes to 2 a.m., it'll then become 1 a.m. And so we can go another hour. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful day. I really, really do. I hope you do. Make it a wonderful day. There's no hoping about it. Just get out there and do it. All right? Let's get out there and dance with the universe. That's what it is. Interact, dance, engage. Things will work out. They really will. You just have to put that effort into it. It's not that hard. It's not that much effort. You just get out there and dance. It's like you get on the dance floor and do the Elaine if you have to. The Seinfeld thing. Whatever you do, just do you. Just be you. And I'm not much of a dancer. I can slow dance, though. I'm a snuggler, though, too. So, stop. Yeah, just get out there and dance and engage. So, yeah, that's really it. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day and trust yourself. Listen to that. Get quiet with yourself and listen and pay attention, and things will come to you. It'll all work out. You'll have the message. You'll understand what needs to be done. And yeah, have a great day.